Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, and indeed this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, including, Gal Gadot talking about being an evil queen for Snow White, Kill Bill Volume 3, is it going to happen? Quentin Tarantino weighs in with that. Hot Wheels movie coming along with J.J. Abrams. Fascinating. We'll talk a little bit more about that Indiana Jones box office failure. Jonathan Landis blames the streaming services for everything. It's the evil of what's going on in the theaters. We'll try to quantify that somehow today. And then there's some Deadpool 3 Gambit news that we'll take a look at. But we'll start off today's show by taking a look at Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Latest photos reveal epic space battles. An Anthony Hopkins android character. What? Oh yeah. So he's going to be playing a CGI android character. Is it CGI or I'm not too sure. It's got Sofia Boutella in it. And part 1 of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon comes out this year, this December, I believe, on Netflix. And we will be doing a full live watch along for this, for sure, because I'm a Sofia Boutella fan. And I got really nothing too much against Zack Snyder. I know that a lot of people love Snyder. They think that he was done dirty in the DCU. But let's just take a look at some of these new images. Okay. A ship fleeing some explosions. That's, I guess, hopefully paving the way to some high octane action. What do we got here? Okay, so there's that robot character. So this will be Anthony Hopkins here, huh? Is that CG or is that like a practical puppet? This comes to us from Empire Magazine exclusive. So, yeah, that looks kind of cool. There's, what's his name? Hunnam, right? with Sophia right there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to her. I hope that they showcase her and her, like, athleticism in this, because she's like a bounty hunter that recruits all these other bounty hunters to fight, right? In this galactic kind of threat. Yeah, the cast is supposed to be pretty good for this. Oh yeah, okay. Well, that one's kind of cool. I like that one. Sofia Boutella herself there. There's something about it that it's sci-fi, right? But then she's got like this old-fashioned, what do they call this? A hoe? Sorry. That's not what I meant. I mean, like the thing that cuts grass. Reaper. Is that what it is? Sorry, my bad. God. James, oh my God. Just stop. Move on, James. All right, fine. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to Rebel Moon for sure. Mostly because of as I said, Sofia Boutella. God, fresh concept art. And this is going to be 2 parts, guys. So part 1 comes out this year, and come on, when's this one? Early 2023? No, it's late 2023. It's when this comes out. Do you not have the release date here on your story? Wow, isn't that interesting? Well, we can rectify that right now. Let's go over to take a look at the Rebel Moon IMDb. And we will take a look at the exact confirmed release date. December 22nd, yes. Yeah, so this Christmas we'll be watching Rebel Moon. For sure. I like sci-fi. The rest of the cast, yeah, Charlie Hunnam, Sofia Boutella, Anthony Hopkins, Carrie Elways, Ed Skrein, Jenna Malone, cool. Jenna Malone, of course, Sucker Punch with Zack Snyder. That's cool. Cleopatra Coleman, Djimon Hounsou, Corey Stoll, a couple of MCU alumni there. Yeah. What do you guys think about these new images for Rebel Moon? I'm digging it. And Zack Snyder, yeah, just play in your own sandboxes for a little bit. Let the the DCU stuff kind of blow over, because the rest of the studios are going to be dealing with that problem box office wise for a little while now. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Rebel Moon, new photos. What do you think about those? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so we are a live news show, so let's take some live comments. Chris Schober says, hey, how's it going today? Well, it's going good. Arglass Wacky says, I'd love to see Anthony Hopkins throw down as a robot. Yeah, and that robot, I like the design. A little bit kind of like the robot from Rogue One, but not as tall, right? Not as clunky. K2, a little bit. Does Rebel Moon have a release date yet, James? Yes, it does. And we just saw it. December 22nd. That's a scythe she's holding. Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, what the heck? Oh, my God. Oh, I don't know why I said that word. Because I was thinking of stuff that does laundry. Not laundry. of doing lawn work. Yeah. So, there you go. Bye for in the live chat says hi. I dig what I'm seeing, man. So, we are live half an hour early today because it's easier for me to do it, and we will be doing Secret Invasion early tomorrow as well, 10:30 as well. So what else can you find here? We do full live movie watch alongs for things like Black Widow. Extraction 2 is up on the channel right now. Secret Invasion 2 is going through some episode 2 is going through some copyright blocking stuff, so I'm hopefully going to get that rectified by the end of the day so we can watch Secret Invasion tomorrow at 10:30. My reviews for Indiana Jones, Asteroid City, and No Hard Feelings are up on the channel right now. Grumpy Man Reacts is fully up on the channel as well. Chris Schober says, I have the same lady going to Kill Bill 3 from the Kill Bill 1 and 2 movies. Well, we'll talk about that when we get to that part there, Chris. Yeah. Hey, it's just easier for me to do it at 10:30 because I was done. And I don't want to sit here on my hands for half an hour waiting to go live when I can just go live. It's just the way that it is. Okay, moving on to the some more movie news. Deadpool 3 is going to be coming out soon, next year, right? Deadpool 3 could be about to copy The Flash in resurrecting a long-dead X-Men project. Well, we hear that there's going to be some campy cameos in this, and it's being reported that Channing Tatum's Gambit will appear in Deadpool 3. What do you guys think about that? I was somebody... Once I heard that Channing Tatum Gambit movie was going to be in the works, that he was going to produce part of it himself, because he really liked that character. And then things just kind of faded away. Things kind of crumbled. It never materialized. The pandemic happened, and there was kind of like things got pushed around. They were going to reboot the X-Men, so it would have been part of the old 20th Century Fox X-Men universe, so it wasn't going to carry over, and it's kind of up in the air. But if Deadpool 3 uses that same kind of style or technique that The Flash did, where it's kind of like, oh, well, we can take a look at some things that could have been, right? Because that's what The Flash did with Nicolas Cage's Superman. But I think it'll be a little bit more realistic. It won't be that comic booky kind of artistic style to it. I think it'll actually be Channing Tatum in the Gambit costume, which I would love to see, because, as I said, he was passionate about the character. He wanted to be the character. It just never got off the ground. I wanted to see more of a Gambit rogue love story kind of side movie. That's what I wanted to see. But if we're going to see Gambit at all, like, we know that Deadpool 3 is going to have Wolverine in it, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and obviously that can't be the Wolverine going forward in the MCU, because they're going to be reintroducing all of the X-Men. So this would be the appropriate time to have that last minute kind of, here you go, fans. You wanted to see it. The fans that wanted to see it get to see it for just a short little second, or like maybe one scene or something like that. And when I see it, I'll be kind of like, yes, thank you. Just like when I saw The Flash, I'll be like, thank you. Because that Gambit movie, I thought he would have been a perfect Gambit. He wanted to do the accent and everything. He wasn't going to be kind of like the Wolverine Origins movie version, where he didn't really do any of the Cajun accent or anything like that. It wasn't going to be like that. So where am I getting this? This is up on an article from MovieWeb, but apparently this also comes from a scoop. So it's kind of like, got to take this with a bit of a grain of salt, guys. We know that the Gambit, that Deadpool 3 is going to be very tongue-in-cheek. It's going to be like a road trip movie between these two, Wolverine and Deadpool, and they're going to be fighting, they're going to be hurting each other, and it's going to be kind of like loaded with opportunities of stuff, right? The cast will include Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, as well as Karen Sony, Leslie Uggams, Morena Baccarin, Stefan Kapicic, and a whole bunch of people. Brianna Hildebrand, Negasonic Teenage Warhead is going to be back in this. So, yeah. So this comes to us from some unknown person that says Channing Tatum has already filmed a cameo as Gambit for Deadpool 3. So and this is just somebody out there who, I guess, I don't know, saw him on set. That's what I'm getting from this. We don't really have any photos there of them. They've been redacted. They'll come to light. So it's a story that really could be nothing, but if it did happen, I'd be on board with it, and it sounds like it could be plausible. We heard that the other day, just yesterday, we were talking about Owen Wilson from Loki appearing in Deadpool 3, so it's possible. Yeah, it's going to have that opportunity for a lot of cameos. Let's take some live comments here. I hope Gambit appears. My favorite X-Men character, our Glass Viking, says, yeah, me too, man. Chris Schober says, does Deadpool 3 have a release date yet, James? Yes, it does. Well, it's tentative, right? If they go on strike, then May 3rd is going to get pushed around, right? May 3rd, 2024 for Deadpool 3. Is Tatum even updated on this? No, it's not. It's a very limited page. Matthew McFadden is going to be the bad guy in this, so well, we assume that he's going to be the bad guy. I hope he was going to be playing like Mr. Sinister or something. That's what I want to see, Mr. Sinister. We haven't seen him yet. May 3rd, 2024. So if everything goes according to plan, we'll see Gambit then on screen with Deadpool on May 3rd, 2024. But as I said, we kind of going to have to wait to see what happens with this actor strike. But we know that the deadline's been extended to July 12th, right? I said yesterday? 12th, or did I say 14th? 12th, right? Yeah, 12th. So, and they extended it because they seemed like they were finally getting on the right page. They were getting some movement. So hopefully that will happen. Arglass says, Josh Holloway and Taylor Kitsch were my top picks for Gambit, but I'd be happy with Channing Tatum getting a shot and maybe a spin-off movie. Me too. And as I said, like for me, I really like the Rogue Gambit love story kind of thing. I like that stuff. And hopefully someday maybe we'll get a Gambit movie, but it probably won't be with Channing Tatum. So this will be like our only time to ever see that come into fruition. So as fans of Gambit, fans of Channing Tatum, hold your breath, and hopefully this one, fingers crossed, will come true, and we'll have to wait and see. And time will only tell. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and yeah, I'll get back to you. I'll respond to most comments, don't I? Yeah, I do. All right. Moving on. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Were you a fan of the first Ghostbusters Afterlife? I dug it, and I thought it was a proper send-off for the Egon character. Ernie Hudson, though, confirms that Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel has wrapped filming. There they are in front of the firehouse there in New York. We knew that this was going to be going back to New York. And like it was going to be the same cast as the first Afterlife, but Jason Reitman's not going to be directing this one. He's only going to be producing this one. So the new director is Gil Keenan, and it's expected December 20th, 2023. So this year. So if it's wrapped, that's a really short turnaround time, man. I don't know if they're going to make that deadline. My God. Because this movie is going to have some visual effects in it with ghosts and stuff. Gil Keenan. What else has he directed? Let's just take a look at his resume. Only 5 other projects? Monster House, City of Ember, Poltergeist. Oh, he did the Poltergeist reboot. And he did 1 episode of the Scream TV series. Does that resume scream that you need, well, that he could be doing? Oh, I guess he had a hand in writing the first one. Well, he did do the Poltergeist remake that was kind of like meh. That one came and went. Again, what's with the remakes that nobody's asking for? And they're remaking good movies. How about remaking some bad movies, right? So, Ghostbusters Afterlife, back in New York. I think that's a proper setting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Firehouse. Of course, who's going to be coming back? Dan Aykroyd's going to be back as Ray. Bill Murray is Peter Venkman. Cool. And I thought that I heard that Sigourney Weaver also was going to be back in this, but when I look at this IMDb page, I'm not seeing it. William Atherton is Walter Peck, the guy that blew up the firehouse in the first movie because he turned off the machine. He's going to be back in this. The one that everybody hates. Apparently, this actor, he got threats in the mail because he did such a good job of playing like a conniving butthead that people just hated him on the screen, like so much. Between that and Die Hard, he was the reporter in Die Hard as well. He got a rough go. But, okay, so he's going to be back in this. Fascinating. Well, I guess it will be back in New York. Kumail Nanjiani is going to be in this. Patton Oswalt, Carrie Coon, Paul Rudd's going to be back, and McKenna Grace, Finn Wolfhard. Yeah. December 20th, 2023, though. Do you guys really think that they could make that headline or make that deadline? Yeah, because as I said, it's got a lot of ghosts in it. It's going to have some post-production work in it, and if it's done sloppily, I don't know if I want to, take your time to make it look good. Hudson then warns of rumors he's heard that the sequel could potentially get delayed to the spring next year due to the WGA, the writer's strike, and the actor's strikes, the actor told Screen Rant. So Ernie Hudson said, quote, yeah, we finished. The movie is done. It's wrapped. Obviously, they're editing and doing whatever else. I've heard rumors at the end of the year they'll push for, or maybe spring next year. I never know how the studios are going to do whatever they do, but the filming is done, which was a little bit difficult with the writer's strike and everything going on. So I know that there was a lot of shuffling around in terms of where it was being done, but thankful that we at least got it done in the can, and now I'm like everybody else waiting to see what it will look like. Yeah, and it was cool to see them back. As I said, the first movie, I like that ending sequence where they all came back together, and it was a good send-off for Harold Ramis. It got me in the feels a little bit. It did. Because they paid proper, they did it right, This is how you do proper callbacks to things. Not so much like Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny style, right? So, yeah. They're saying December this year, and I'm a little bit skeptical on this. What do you guys think? Are you a little bit skeptical? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Hot Wheels movie. Seriously, are we going to be having a Hot Wheels movie? Well, we are, according to J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams says his Hot Wheels movie will be grounded and gritty. Oh, well, that's great to hear. That's good news that it's going to be grounded and gritty. What? Well, we just did a story yesterday that Mattel will be hopefully launching like 45 other movies besides this and Barbie. It's starting, guys. The Mattel expanded universe we're on the cusp. We're on the doorway here for a new Mattel combined universe. I don't know. J.J. Abrams, though. That's a name that for many people will be like, should be, oh yeah, but I think for most part, people are starting to side with me where it's kind of like, J.J. Abrams, please, oh God, please, enough with the mystery box already. Dude, please, for crying out loud, you're killing me here. But anyway, so he's teasing that the Hot Wheels movie will be grounded and gritty. How is that possible? Because it's tracks that go through loops and stuff like that. Is it going to be animated? Let's just take a look. Producer J.J. Abrams. So he won't be directing this? Let's go over to his IMDb. Let's go to his directing credits. So his upcoming ones are Demomonde. Well, no, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that one got pulled because he wanted like a $300 million budget for a TV show. I think that got canceled. Duster, director, TV series as well. I'm not seeing him directing this, so it does sound like he's just going to be producing this, which may be a saving grace for some people because, actually, you know what? This could be something that J.J. Abrams could thrive at. As long as he keeps his hands off established and loved franchises like Star Wars and Star Trek, then I think, well, actually, no, I'm in the minority. A lot of people seem to like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. I'm kind of like, guys, can't you see what he's just trying to do here? Can't you just see that he's trying to trick you with all the flashy lights? And can't you see that? And it's like, no, people like it. But if he's just producing this, that's fine. I don't see how this could work as a live action either. Let's just see what these details are. For years, they've been developing a Hot Toys movie, or Hot Wheels. While there have been video games and animated projects in the franchise, this will be the first live-action adaptation, live action. So will it actually be small toys going through these tracks, these racing tracks, or will it be kind of like a futuristic world where cars like this will be driving on tracks like this? I don't know how they would do it. Live action. If you can somehow get that feeling of like Mario Kart or like F-Zero kind of thing, right? But with like Hot Wheels. It has to go on big, expensive tracks with the loops and, going up walls and stuff like that. That's what's fascinating about the Hot Wheels, right? That's what people want to see, right? And then, of course, it's going to be injected with a human story. So let's see what Abrams said here in his quote. For a long time, we were talking to Mattel about Hot Wheels, and we couldn't quite find the thing that clicked, that made it worthy of what Hot Wheels, that title deserved. What? Why are you trying to make it sound so epic? Then we came up with something emotional, grounded, and gritty. Close quote from Abrams. So it was reported that Jeremy Renner was once attached to this. He's not attached anymore, obviously, because this was supposed to be back in 2017. So it's been kind of a rough road, if you don't mind me saying, for the Hot Wheels movie to come into fruition. J.J. Abrams, though, he's going to be producing this. No release date, no production start date from what I see here. They also sold no, I don't want that. Mini Mattel projects, yeah, we talked about that. We know that. Rock'em Sock'em Robots, Magic 8 Ball, Barney. Yeah, we know that we're getting a Barney movie as well from A24, right? Yeah, so they'll have lots of stuff. Thomas the Tank Engine 2? I don't know. The Hot Wheels movie does not have a release date at this time. So, what you need to know about the Hot Wheels movie is that it's going to be live action, produced by J.J. Abrams, and it's going to be grounded and gritty. Isn't that what you want to hear? I don't know. It does sound like they cracked the story problems that they were having, but you know that it's Abrams, mystery box, that's his bag. We'll have to wait and see. Some live comments here. I wonder, is Hot Wheels going to be done like a Lego movie? Well, no, it's going to be live action. And that's going to be interesting. Byford the Hobbit says no more mystery boxes movies. Yeah, get over that thing. He was using it as a hook. He used the mystery box as a hook to get people in to talk about the project, but he never figured out how to land that hook. Yeah, you're hooked into watching it, but then it's kind of like he doesn't know what to do with it once he's got you in, right? It's kind of like he hasn't been able to stick that landing. And Star Wars, well, actually, a lot of people would say that Lost, the final season of Lost was like the proving point for that. I enjoyed Lost when it was on TV. I was hooked. The mystery box got me. But Lost final season didn't work for a lot of people. And then The Rise of Skywalker kind of nailed it home that Abrams Abrams, I don't know what. I don't think he doesn't know what to do with it once he's got it, kind of thing, right? Byford also says Hot Wheels live action probably used Alita Battle Angel murder ball scene. Murder ball scene, yeah, I like something like that. Yeah, grounded and gritty, and it's gonna be as long as it's not like the Gran Turismo story where it's kind of like, yeah, there's a racer that raced with his Hot Wheel toys in his room, and now he believes he can race in real life. As long as it's not like that kind of an angle, which I don't see how that could possibly play out. Uh, I don't know. They seem to have an idea on it, so we'll have to see how that goes. All right. What's next? What's next for us? Yeah, we'll get into the Indiana Jones stuff here. Let's continue on with some more of these live comments since we got some here about. I heard that Dave Filoni had spoiled the ending of his movie. It's going to have some Star Wars Rebels. Dave Filoni sounded pretty interesting. Oh, okay. Well, his movie is going to be called Heir to the Empire. Well, it just, it hasn't even started shooting, so I don't know. There was so much depth to Ghostbusters Afterlife. They need to re-release. They need to release a great sequel to do the franchise justice. Cast looks great. Yeah, the cast looks great. But I thought that I heard that Sigourney Weaver was going to be in it, but maybe not. And I thought they were even going to try to get. I thought they were going to try to get Rick Moranis back. No, I guess she won't be in the sequel. She confirms that she won't be. Okay. Yeah. Bummer. Bummer, man. Bummer. Okay. Those were some cool stories, right? Okay. Indiana Jones. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, this is going to be the talk of the town for probably the rest of the summer because these movies are not performing well, man. They are not performing well. So, Indiana Jones and the Dial. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was a huge, monumental box office failure, and we're only in its first week. Indiana Jones 5 disappoints as an entry point for series newcomers. And I pulled this headline because people are trying to quantify why this box office failure happened. Because it had somewhere up to 295, some people are reporting $350 million budget. But when we looked at the opening weekend numbers for this, 130 million worldwide is not good enough for a budget of upwards to 350 million. It was reported to be around 295, but things came to light from the UK numbers and stuff because they got to disclose certain information to get tax write-offs and stuff. So it's going to have a little bit of a saving grace here this week because Insidious 5 comes out, which is getting no buzz, and Joyride comes out, a raunchy rom-com comes out. So Indiana Jones will get cut in half for sure this weekend, around to 30 million. Can either of those two movies, Joyride or Insidious, make more than 30 million? Not with the buzz that I'm getting. And people are saying that they like Joyride. So Indiana Jones, 60 million opening gross is not good enough. And a lot of people are getting this point right. That it was a movie that, well, did we really need to make this? Or no, the better point is, did we need to make this for 295 million or 350 million? No, we did not, right? The budgets, most people are getting that right. That the Hollywood budgets, I see this all over the place, like from Harloff and Sean Chandler, that they've all been able to quantify it and look at it and say that, yeah, this is a huge issue for Hollywood movies. We're all, as pundits, coming on to the same page here that, yeah, the budgets are too high. And then there's this. Why did this movie have to be an entry point for series newcomers? Why did Indiana Jones 5 have to be the first movie? Why did it have to be written in such a way that if this was your first time seeing it, then you should be able to understand everything about this character? Because if it was supposed to be like that, it did a really bad job of introducing Indiana Jones. Or did it? that maybe that's why the opening sequence was for her like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You're trying to reestablish who this character is, because this was one of the mandates. Oh, you got to make it so that it's an entry point for other people. And that way, if it's an entry point for new people, then we can get that expanded audience into our theater so it can make $1 billion. That's the thought process behind this. But it's a thought process that only works for well-established stuff. And the niche for Indiana Jones, I think it wasn't big enough. Plus, you really took the focus off Indiana Jones and put it onto Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, which I know rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I understood the criticisms about that. I did. I didn't hate it as much as some other people, but I can't not agree that, yeah, she wasn't an unlikable character. Did you really sympathize with her towards the end? And the third act was kind of like, meh. Yeah, the third act was kind of like, meh. I don't know, man. But as you can see, people are trying to put up answers to this, why this is happening. And I just wanted to make the note that it seems like most of us are coming onto the same page here. And I know that there's that contingent of people out there of bigotry, the hate wagon wants to circle around Phoebe Waller-Bridge and put it all on her. I don't put this all on her. Acting wise, she did an okay job. It's just, if we were supposed to like the character, I put that on the director and the script writer, because you didn't like her, right? Because she took things, she stole things. It was like, how is that honorable, right? And then she's just me. It's like, I know, from Fleabag to James Bond, Phoebe Waller-Bridge on the death and her new secret movie. What? She's got a new movie. Yeah, this is a case, and this is something else that's going on in Hollywood. When you're part of a failure, people seem to fail upwards, and it's only a certain group of people that seem to fail upwards. And there's no specific dynamic of people. It's not like, oh, it's all people who've worked in 5 movies plus, or it's all people of a certain skin color. It's not like that. It's just, I don't know if it's some form of nepotism, but there's something connecting all these people where it's kind of like, well, yeah, she did have some good stuff. Let's reward her by letting her have this Tomb Raider series. But we just saw that with Indiana Jones that it didn't work. So if it didn't work with Indiana Jones, what makes you think that it's going to work with Tomb Raider? Right? And that's what I sort of mean by failing upwards. It's kind of like, well, maybe we should be open to going down a different avenue with Tomb Raider now, because, maybe these ideas need to be rethought, right? Our approach needs to be rethought on certain things. I know that she was brought in for the last 007 movie to try to make it a little bit more, I don't know, appealing to the younger crowds, but I don't know, man. There's something out there that I'm not reading about the situation. And there are people out there that they get on attacking her for her looks, like for crying out loud, guys. She's not hot enough to be a... It's like, God, guys, if that stuff comes out of your mouth, you should be kind of like, should I have said that? No, you shouldn't have said that. Retract it. Delete that video. That's what you should be doing. Don't go after her for that, guys. Go after her for the writing, for the portrayal of the character. Go for things like that, not somebody's looks. That's bad form, right? All right, enough preaching for me. I know a lot of people don't like the preaching stuff, but hey, it's my channel, so I can do whatever I want. Arglass says, I wonder, are there American public just going to watch Indiana Jones over the 4th of July holidays? Well, it is the 4th of July in the States, so happy 4th of July for people in the States. Chris Schober says, I heard that James Kennedy just confirmed that Stu and Nev Campbell is coming back for Scream 7. The script is already done. Really? Well, you would think that Radio Silence would be writing the script, and they have said nothing. and they can't write anything because the writers are on strike. So it would have had to have been written more than 2 months ago, which it should have been. It's possible. I don't know. If I find anything about that, then we'll talk about it. Okay, so we talked about this a little bit yesterday as well. I think this was in our Twitter roundup, right? Greta Gerwig attached to direct a Narnia movie, if not a few of them for Netflix. Netflix has acquired the film and TV rights to C.S. Lewis book series in 2018. Oh, that's an old picture of her. That's not a great picture. Is that? No, it's not. It's her at Barbie. Why does she look a little bit more full in the face? Maybe it's my TV screen. It's stretching it out or something. Well, again, talking about people's looks. James, what are you doing, man? Greta Gerwig will be soon in theaters for Barbie. Yeah, we know that. And Narnia, reboot. Again, rebooting these popular franchises to try to cash in on the acclaim of the property. Fine. Actually, I didn't hate the Narnia movies. So maybe if they were to be brought to light, here's the thing. If you know that you're going to be making them and you're going to be making them for Netflix, set it up so that you're going to film all of them. Like, don't cut us off at, what was the last one? Prince Caspian was the last movie? Or Voyage of the Dawn Treader was the last one? Yeah. Make sure that you can do all, was it 5 of them? Yeah. That's, how many books are in the Chronicles of Narnia? How many books are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, right? Yeah. And those movies had some famous people like James McAvoy in it that you kind of forgot that they were in it, right? I'll be on board with this. Wait, James, did you just jump over to the Landis story? I think I did. My bad. Okay, so yeah, Narnia. No release date just of yet. Lady Bird, Barbie. Netflix has long talked about franchise ambitions and collecting IPs. Yeah, Matilda, Wonderful Story of Henry. So there you go. As more develops, we'll talk about it. For sure. Yeah, I did. I missed that Landis story. My bad. Let's go back to that Landis story. And it has to, I remember why I put this next to the Indiana Jones failure. Because of streaming services. That was another case. People were trying to quantify why things were failing in the box office right now. Because of streaming services. The things come out on, hey, you can go spend $150 to take a 3-person family to the theater. Oh, mercies. I would know $100 for a 3-person family, right? If you get 3 tickets, which will be like around $30. Well, no. 3 tickets will be like 36, $40 right there. 3 tickets, depending on if you're seeing it in IMAX or AVX or whatever. And then popcorn and drinks. Yeah, that's an easy $100 for 3 people, just 3 people to go. Why would somebody spend that if in 30 days it comes out on streaming? So John Landis says that the bad guys in the movie industry are the streamers. Director John Landis says streamers and pandemic may have put a monumental dent in the theatrical experience. Yeah, there's just too many. Like this weekend, Joyride and Insidious 5 come out. And I know that Joyride's getting the more acclaim, but I'm gonna be going to see Insidious 5 because I'm a horror fan. I want to see where this franchise goes. Like, does that make sense to a lot of people? And it doesn't, because it's kind of like, well, Joyride's got lots of buzz on the tomato meter. And people are saying that it's one of the more funny movies of the year. Let me just pull up the Rotten Tomatoes for this. 97%. So, yeah, it's a raunchy rom-com of a group of young women going over to China, I believe, to have, just a fun, quirky ride. And people are liking it. So that would seem to suggest that maybe I should go watch that movie first. But no, I'm going to be going to watch probably the lesser acclaimed box office failure of Insidious 5. Because that's my tastes. That's what I want to see, right? I'll see Joyride maybe on a cheap Tuesday or something. Or maybe on a matinee. If it's got a morning screening, I'll go see it. That's where I'll go see it. It's just, it's not priority. And then on top of that, as I said, if it'll be out on streaming service and VOD like in 30 days. So this observation, I think, is, I wouldn't go as far as to say that they're the bad guys, streamers. It's just, it's bad judgment to have that theatrical release window so short, right? Because then you're incentivizing people to sit home instead of going to the theater. So speaking with Deadline, his quote says, quote, "The sentiment really is the sorrow for the pathetic state of the business is in. You know, between the streaming and the pandemic, it was like a stake through the heart. It really hurts the business and continues to do so. And there's a strike right now. The streamers are the bad guys." Do you know it's the first time in Hollywood history that the Directors Guild, the Writers Guild, and the AI and the IA all united? The film industry is in chaos, and I hope the audience comes back to the theaters. Motion pictures are meant to be seen in a large house cinema, a big theater, a big screen with good sound, and as many people as possible because of the communal experience. But the mediocrity of releases have kind of, they've kind of done that in. And as much as you said that some of these movies are deserving to be on the big screen, lots of people just watch movies on this, man. Lots. Too many watch it on this. I don't understand how you can watch a full movie on this, but people do, you know. So that's why when you hear me have criticisms of, you know, Nolan saying that, well, it's got to be in IMAX. You got to see this movie in IMAX. It's kind of like, yeah, that's fine and all, but the majority of people won't be seeing it like that. And it's not as if Oppenheimer is going to be a big spectacle like Avatar 2. It's not. It'll be a good movie. It's going to be a good movie, but it's kind of like, not even like, I'm going to the other city to watch Mission Impossible 7 in the IMAX because I have to drive like 100 kilometers to get there. And I will be watching it in the IMAX because that's what I want to see. Unless something comes up, then I won't be able to see it. But I'll go see it anyway. Right? But, yeah. I get a tinge of saltiness, of resentment here from Landis about this. Like, he really doesn't like this, right? So, yeah. Landis. Again, just another one of the many reasons. This just goes into that pantheon. It's not one single reason why theaters or why movies this summer seem to be bombing and underperforming. They're just not making that much bank. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is a hit. It's made only $600 million though. It's only made $600 million, but it had a smaller budget, right, of $100 million. So it's in the clear, but it's not $1 billion film. I think it probably started with Fast X, and nobody's talking about Fast X. They're not including Fast 10 in this pantheon of string of box office blunders this summer, because Fast 10 kind of almost started us off with this 398 worldwide, and it's done. It's done its theatrical run. Fast 10 is only 498. Fast 10 had a reported budget of somewhere that one was 350 plus. Fast 10 had a 350, like, this is the highest most expensive movie of all time, Fast 10. 350 plus marketing is 450, plus what theaters take. People were saying that it was going to have to make somewhere around 700 million just to break even. And it's barely going to cross the 700. This barely. And you know that some of these movies, they say that they got a $295 million budget, but it's really more of a $350 million budget, right? Like I'm looking at you, Indiana Jones. So when like this underperforming, these high budgets, they got to stop. And I have no idea what the studios are doing with Fast 10 Part 2. If they greenlight a budget of $350 million for Fast 10.2, you're just throwing your money out the window. Stop it. Don't do it. You can stop it right there. If you're listening to me, studio executives, tell Vin Diesel you don't get to make Fast 10 for $300 million plus. And if they say, well, that's what we're going to be paying our actors, then you don't make the movie. That's it. It's done. And do you think anybody will lose sleep if we don't get to see the final chapter for the Fast and Furious movies? No. Put it on the shelf for like 20 years. And when Vin Diesel's like 70 years old, you can make Fast 10.2 for like $40 million. There you go. There. Are we finally all through that? Arglass says 30 Canadian dollars takes me to the theater with drink and popcorn. Streaming for the same money gets me 3 months of Netflix on the other. Yeah, exactly. Arglass is that for $30 you can go to the theater once, or you can have like 3 months of Netflix or Apple TV Plus, Disney Plus. Although Disney Plus is like $14 here. And Crave, that gets me HBO stuff, is like $22, and you don't get that much. The library for that is so small. It's just like there's nothing on here, and I'm paying $22 for this. I mean, seriously, guys, it was worth it for like House of the Dragon and stuff, right? But it's kind of like these streaming services. You buy them for a certain amount of time, and then you cancel them when there's nothing on there that you want to watch, because it's so accessible now. Everything, all the movies are so accessible. All the movies are so accessible now. I agree that in some capacity, just a little bit in that capacity, it's not a bad guy thing. It's just detrimental. It's detrimental that things are so accessible. And you can't rewind that clock. You can't go back in that clock, because the internet, people will still go to the theaters with their phones recording really crappy qualities, and people will watch that on bad sites, right? Anyway, enough about that. We got, about 12 minutes left, right? Yeah, and I wanted to tie that Greta Gerwig story into this one, but that's whatever. Whatever. You guys know I'm a Gal Gadot fan, and we're going to see her. We talked about her Cleopatra story yesterday, and she's going to be in the upcoming Snow White live action as the evil queen. So let's just take a look at what she said. I guess this came out June. This came out a while ago at Tatum Festival. In a recent interview with Vogue Hong Kong, Gal Gadot opened up about the live-action Snow White and her influences. So she says, quote, "I think it was so much fun to play the evil queen. There was something so delicious with this part because it's a fairy tale. It's the first Disney villain. Because it's a musical, I could stretch my performance and make it much more dramatic and so much more animated that it was simply just delightful. I enjoyed it, and I changed my voice. Ooh. And I did all these things, and it was just super fun. I can't wait to watch it." Well, she's going to be the highlight for me. Seeing her as the evil queen. Again, I like people when they do a little bit of role reversals, right? And I think she's going to be a perfect fit for this. Rachel Zegler plays Snow White herself, and we've seen set photos of that look not so good, right? And it's too colorful. But we don't know the world that they're going to be in. But Gal Gadot changing her voice, because I guess she'll have like an older version of herself, right? She does turn into the old witch at some point. Ansu Kabaya plays the Huntsman in this. Actually, I like the Huntsman movie with Chris Hemsworth. I like that movie. The first Snow White and the Huntsman was terrible. But the Huntsman, the second one with the Ice Queen, Emily Blunt as the Ice Queen, I thought that one worked. Katie Hardwick is Apple Farmer on stilts. What? So this one will be musical, live action, reboot. We know that Rachel Zegler can sing. What do you guys think? Gal Gadot changing her voice to be the evil queen in Snow White. She had fun with it. All I can say is that I hope that that fun translates over to the screen and hopefully influences her performance to make me go, cool. Well, I liked her as Wonder Woman, so, and I was against her as Wonder Woman, obviously. Weirdly enough, I was. I was kind of like, I don't know if she's got the acting ability to do it, but she pulled it off, and I'm rooting for her. She's developing as an actress, so, this keeps me interested. Kill Bill Volume 3 was a possibility for the longest time. Quentin Tarantino himself said that Kill Bill 3 could be a possibility, but now he's changed his words. Kill Bill Volume 3, Quentin Tarantino says it's not going to happen. Well, for the longest time, he said that the setup for the third installment would be, you know how in the beginning of the first movie he kills not Black Mamba, he kills off one of the assassins, and the daughter of that one assassin sees her being killed, and like when you grow up, if you still feel bitter about it, you can come settle the score, right? She'll be waiting for her. And that was going to be like the premise for the third movie, that the daughter would be coming back to get a revenge on the mother, Uma Thurman. And people had even started to say that, well, why can't we have Maya Hawke come in as the daughter for the mother, right? For Beatrice Kiddo. That would have been cool to see. People had already put up like thumbnail work for it. But apparently, no. Tarantino just wants to set the record straight. He says that the movie critic that he's working on right now, that we talked about the other day, is going to start shooting in September. I don't know if that's going to happen if there's a strike, but he's confirmed that will be his final film, because he's going to retire after that, which means that Kill Bill Volume 3 would be off the table. Which, I say, yeah, I don't know. Tarantino is the kind of person where if a good idea comes along, he's still young enough. Why shoehorn yourself to only 10 films, right? If you come up with a good idea that makes you go, hey, that's something I could do, then do it, man. I don't like these artificial, like you see this in the music industry a lot, right? Oh, that was my last album, I'm retiring. No, you're not. You're an artist. You're always going to be playing music. Things are going to come up. Tarantino, you're an artist. You're going to have story ideas that'll come up. Write them. If you don't want to direct them, at least write them. Yeah, let other people take it over. And then you know what's going to happen when you see somebody else take over his writing stuff? He'll be like, nah, maybe I'll direct it anyway. So that's what's probably going to happen. So while right now he says that Volume 3 is off the table, I'm still holding out hope. I'm looking at it with a realistic goal there with Uma Thurman, and hopefully that would be cool if Maya Hawke was in it. That would be cool. There's got to be a project where either Maya Hawke works with Uma Thurman or Ethan Hawke, right? It would be just to see her work with one of her parents. That'd be kind of cool. It could be awkward for them, work relationship wise, but I don't know. Kill Bill Volume 3, man. What do you guys think? Do you think that he'll stop at the movie critic, or is maybe someday we'll see it? We'll have to wait and see. All right. We got about 5 minutes left here, guys. We got some hit or miss headlines. If it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll move on. Nicolas Cage says that he almost played Dracula in James Wan's scrapped Castlevania movie. Really? Well, we saw him play Dracula in Renfield, which I enjoyed. I had lots of fun with Renfield. Again, a movie that kind of underperformed, which kind of sucks because it was awesome to see Nicolas Cage just dive into this Dracula role. Castlevania movie, that was in the works for the longest of times. And James Wan, somebody of his caliber, couldn't make that come up off the ground. That kind of That kind of sucks. So, yeah, I would have been on board for that. Not too much to say about that, but with the resurgence of, say, Super Mario making $1.2 billion, you know they're going to greenlight Legend of Zelda. Could we get Castlevania in the works as well with that as too? I think so. So, never say never, but maybe he'll come around to that again. Who knows? Next. Daniel Radcliffe on the possibility of returning to Hogwarts in the Harry Potter series. Yeah, we know that it was Netflix that bought it, right? Or was it Amazon? Max. Okay, so HBO bought it. That there's going to be a new Harry Potter series coming to HBO, and each season is going to be one book, right? And I guess somebody asked him recently, hey, are you going to be part of this new thing? And he just said that, well, from what we could all guess. Quote, my understanding is that they're trying very much a fresh start, and I'm sure whoever is making them will want to make their own mark on it and probably not want to have to figure out how to get old Harry to cameo in this somewhere. So I'm definitely not sinking it out in any way. So yeah, he's kind of like, he said that he's been done with Harry Potter for the longest of times. I don't see them coming back to this until, like, as I said, maybe 20 years from now when he's like 66, 60, pushing 70, revisiting it and having like an older Harry come back and mentor somebody, something like that. I could see that happening, but they are going to be rebooting it for this series. And then, yeah, having him come in as a cameo, that's not necessary. You really need to distinguish the series from the movie series. You really need to do that. And having a trip down memory lane should not be part of that formula. It would be nice, a nod, but it shouldn't be a mandate. It shouldn't be a priority. Radcliffe understands this. He knows this. So good for him to acknowledge that. Julian Sands, dead. Authorities confirmed that the body that was found last week near the hiking site was his remains. Julian Sands went missing in the winter there, out hiking in an avalanche area. And nobody could find him because there was a lot of snow. We all surmised at the time that he probably fell, hurt himself, got maybe trampled in a little bit of a small avalanche area, and he just got lost. Those last moments of just kind of like, oh no, kind of thing going through his brain is kind of like one of our worst nightmares, and it sucks that it happened to him. But the remains that were found last week, it wasn't confirmed last week that it was him. There he is right there. With Skarsgård, right? Stellan Skarsgård. Cool. Yeah. It's closure for the family. Sands was a renowned outdoorsman and avid hiker. It took long to find his body to identify him until recently, because the area just had bad weather, severe weather. And I think he was out looking for other people at the time that this happened. Because he did seem like he knew his footings, so he knew his way around. So it's just a cautionary tale too, right? Hey, you may think you know your way around and stuff, but there's always dangers in it, right? There's always dangers in it. And may he rest in peace. Twitter. Are you going to quit Twitter? You guys know that I've said that I've quit Twitter. Occasionally I'll publish I'll share my videos on Twitter, but like I'm done trying to promote it, or I'm done trying to build it, because it's just loaded with bots now. Basically everything that Musk said that he wanted to make Twitter not, he he wanted to make it free speech. He wanted to make it free of bots. It's full of bots now. Like my account is like on a daily basis. Oh, this person wants to be your friend, and this person followed you, and it's like they're like webcam girls and stuff like that. And it's like, what the heck's going on here with this? Quitting Twitter. Here we are. 6 alternatives from So people are saying, you want an alternative to Twitter, and it's going to happen. And it's already in the works. Twitter's in the twilight now, I think, of its platform. We're on the cusp now of it's going to start going away. Especially, Twitter introduces temporary limit on number of posts users can read. Unverified accounts get 800 per day, so you can only scroll for a certain amount of time on Twitter now. If you're not verified, if you're not paying the $8, it's like, get out of here with that. That's not what this is supposed to be about. And then you got the Musk sycophants that'll be like, he's a genius. He's got $1 billion, so he's got to be a genius, right? Well, not necessarily, guys. Not necessarily. Some people are just born into it. Where do I stand? I'll be happy. Hey, the fewer social media sites that I gotta upload things to, the better for me. That's why it's all YouTube here for me, man. And eventually it'll be Twitch. Once I figure out how to stream World of Warcraft over to Twitch, that's in the works, guys. It's going to happen. Yeah. All right. Next. New images from Five Nights at Freddy's film set reveal terrifying life-sized Freddy. Yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie's coming out. And Freddy Fazbear is going to have like a full body suit. Is that what's happening here? Yeah, so some guy comes and cleans the place at night, and he gets attacked by the animatronics in the restaurant. So there we go. Jim Henson Studios is doing the animatronics for this, so I think it's going to be good. A mixture, right? It's going to be a mixture of like animatronics and CGI. But mostly it looks like it's going to be animatronics. And that'll make it look good. And that should hopefully cut down on costs. It should. Because you're not paying animators to do all of it, right? You're relying on the older techniques. That's a plus in my book. That makes me want to see it. And yeah, and we know that they had another trailer for it the other day. Fazbear comes alive. Tries to murder the guy. So, there you go. All right. That's pretty much it for Hit or Miss. And we are now 3 minutes over time, but that's fine. Let me refresh my YouTube page to see if there's any trailers that have dropped. I do not think that there has been. No trailers there. Let's go over to the old Twitterverse. That's what I need to do. No, that's not. There we go. Okay. Rika photographed. Who's Rika? Don't know who that is. A rare sitting with Bollywood's eternal icon. Eternal icon. How come I've never heard of her then? My bad. Highest rated horror movies of 2023 according to Rotten Tomatoes. Talk to Me is one that I missed. Wasn't playing near here. I wanted to see it so bad. It's that movie. Maybe it doesn't even come out yet. It's that movie with the hand, right? It's a hand that grants wishes. July 28th, Canada. Okay, so that's the end of this month. I'll be looking forward to that one. I do want to see Talk to Me. Megan was 93. Infinity Pool 87, Blackening 86, Evil Dead Rise was 83, and Scream 6 was 76%. Yeah, Talk to Me is one I want to see. With the hand that grants wishes, that gives you the wishes that are not so good. Like if you ask for a turkey club sandwich and the turkey is a little dry. That kind of thing, right? Kit Connor. I don't know who Kit Connor is. Barney movie. Yeah. Daniel Kaluuya produced Barney movie will be a surrealist project that will lean into the millennial angst of the property. What? Millennial angst. It has been compared to the work of Charlie Kaufman and Spike Jonze. Yeah, there's a Barney movie coming. I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know. New clip. Greta Gerwig. Yeah, see, this is Greta Gerwig. Is that the same person? She's obviously there at Barbie. It would have to be something I had a feeling for in a relationship too. A well shot, well executed action movie is just incredible. It's a dance. I've never done anything like that for a superhero film or action film. Well, she doing Barbie and she's going to be doing Narnia, so good for her. Kudos. More Barbie clips. Yeah, 21st is when Barbie comes out, right? So we're not 3 Fridays from now. Why is Jackie Chan trending? Okay. Talk to Me releases in the US and UK July 28th. Now, see, this movie got released early for fans at one of the festivals, right? Was it South by Southwest or something? And it got good buzz, but that buzz has completely died down now, right? That buzz is completely gone. So I kind of wish that they would stop showing films at these festivals when it's so far away from the release date, because any kind of buzz, it's gone, right? And it sucks. Lee Pace. Lee Pace is cool. Cut off shorts. Suit shorts. He was the bad guy in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 who did the dance-off scene. And he was the father, Legolas's father in the Hobbit movies. Good actor. No Hard Feelings has crossed 50 million at the worldwide box office. It is on track to become the highest grossing original R-rated comedy since Good Boys. Well, cool, good. Joyride, though, is a raunchy R-rated comedy. And Joyride, I think, is going to blow that out of the water. Production has wrapped on Fede Alvarez's new Alien movie starring Kaylee Spaney. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Well, we know that this Alien movie is going to come out August 16th, 2024. It's going to follow the like these younger kids that come across the xenomorph on this distant colony. Kaylee Spaney was in The Craft Legacy, and she was also going to be seen in the upcoming Priscilla movie about Priscilla and Elvis. So that's cool. I like this set design too. Alien Day, huh? So the new Alien movie is wrapped. Good news there. Greta Gerwig and Ryan Gosling on the set of Barbie. Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel is now on Hulu. Okay, a lot of Greta Gerwig stuff. We know about the Narnia stuff. And I think that's where we left off yesterday. All right, guys, that's it for movie news today. What do you guys think about today's show? I hope you didn't mind me doing it half an hour earlier. It just makes it easier for me to get through the stuff. It does make a difference now that I've got my 2 LED lights in here. It's just a little matter of tweaking them. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler in here. An hour I can do easy. If I were to sit here for 2 hours doing a full watch along, I don't know. We'll have to see. It's summertime, right? I enjoy doing this show, so hopefully you guys enjoy talking this stuff with me. It's lots of cool stuff. Join us tomorrow at 10:30 for the Secret Invasion Episode 3. I'm looking forward to it. I am enjoying the series, and hope you guys come and enjoy that with me tomorrow morning as well. And then we'll be back with movie news on Thursday and Fridays. For sure. For sure, man. Bring it on. Bring on the rest of this week. I'm ready for it. See you next time on Mirror Domains.